Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I'm Jason, your host. Acceptance of being disabled. No disabled person wants to be labelled. No disabled person in the world wants to be told that they have limits. And it's not just that, it's a self-awareness that doesn't come easy. To some people it never does. The amount of people I talk to that I know are neurodivergent but are hesitant to ever have the tests or the system because they don't want that label. They don't see it as a positive. They don't see it as a jumping off point to their life. Instead, they see it as just a negative thing. Like somehow they failed. They're not as much of a human being if they accept that label. They have to put aside certain dreams, or certain dreams are going to be really fucking hard and almost impossible. It was April 2024 when I actually accepted that I was disabled. Imagine that. I've been disabled for my entire life. I'm in my 50s now, and it took that long. And the scary thing is, or the crazy thing is, that it was the very person that I was scared of, the very person that I was, situation I was fearing so much, my talk with, my assessor for my benefits, the very person who could take you off benefits, the very person who could destroy your life, the very person who you're told is going to try and trick you, is going to try and mess you about, they're going to be after so careful, and you're going to, because they will always try to get people off disability. The very person who was supposed to do all that actually helped me to define my disability. And it shouldn't be a surprise to me. I'm intelligent. I know what I'm doing. I've got very objective skills. But until that point, on that day, I, on a subconscious level, could not accept that I had a disability. No matter how many people have told me, doctors, nurses, hospital staff, therapists, mental health professionals, senior psychologists, my GP, I never accepted it on a core level. And it wasn't about, I can do anything. I'm not going to be limited. It wasn't about the limitation or anything. It's just my brain just refused to accept it. That is why I had never, ever, ever even considered the mobility scheme. Even though it didn't go through, I never considered it. Until this year. I never considered that I should be on higher rate of disability mobility side. I never considered that I should be using a mobility scooter. Acceptance isn't defeatism. Give me a sec. You know I'm not religious, but there's what's called the Serenity Prayer, and it's used by a lot of people in Alcoholics Anonymous and stuff like that. And the beginning of it is basically, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. That's fucking awesome. It is a fucking awesome thing. If more people could do that little tiny thing, I now have more freedom to leave my house than I have ever had in my life. And I'm not just talking about recently, 2019. Every single time I left the house in my entire life, all the way to my childhood, it was a fight. It was a quest. It was I have to get from here to there. I've got to do this, but I don't want to interact with anyone. I don't want any place it's going to have too much noise and that. And I was always having to figure out, I never got to enjoy the world, ever, in all my years, because everything out there didn't make sense. Everything out there didn't feel right. And it's crazy. Accepting, as the paradox is, that by accepting fully that I am disabled, I now have more freedom than I ever had in my life. I can now leave the house on a mobility scooter. This is such a massive thing. Does it mean I'm less of a person? No. But it helps me knowing what I can do and what I can't do. It helps me in being aware of limitations. And it opens me up to solutions that I never would have in my life considered. My mobility scooter is my lifeline. It is. When I leave the house, I'm on a little island of safe space that I can focus on and concentrate on, and I can go places. As crazy as it sounds, now that I have my mobility scooter, my options are far better. Far better. So this is Jason for the Quever channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day.